So hey guys, this is another video tutorial of Windows system programming, and in this video tutorial we are going to see the types of the logical drives. So before going to start, I would like to tell you that that video is the continuation part of my previous tutorial. In previous tutorial we have seen the logical drives and its partition, and then we have printed the how many logical drives in your system supported. So now in this video tutorial we are going to see what is the type of that logical drives. So we'll see. So this one is the basics from my previous tutorials. We have seen that a hard disk or physical disk drive are divided into several storage unit. So there are two types of partition. First one is the primary partition and second one is the logical partition. In primary partition, what happens, it contains the operating system, and that is the boot table, and where your OS is residing into that partition. And rest of the partition is called the logical partition, where your data is stored in an organized way and they are not bootable. So generally your C drive is the primary partition, and rest of the other partition is called the logical partitions. So if you see the logical drives types, there is this one is the hard disk, and that memory unit you can divide it into two parts, either primary partition or logical partitions. So in Windows there are total 7 types of drives. First one is the fixed drive, removable drive, remote drive. So fixed drive is generally your C drive, D drive or E drive. That is called the fixed drive. Removable drive, your pen drive or thumb drive. Remote drive means you are accessing the memory from remote location, because you want to store something on server, then you have to map that drive into your system. That called the remote drive. CD-ROM drive is already the CD, you know that. RAM disk drive, if you are connecting the external RAM to your system, so that is identified as a RAM disk drive. There is an unknown drive. Unknown drive means they are not mounted into your systems. And no root drive, there is nothing. One by one. So if you see, there are total here the 5 logical drives here I have represented here. First one is the fixed drive, your C and D drive, and removable drive is your whenever you connect your thumb drive, then it will show to your system under the removable drive section. This one is the remote drive. Suppose there is this one, ABC represent the IP address of that server. Fourth one is the CD-ROM drive. It looks like this. RAM disk drive, it is represented like that one, because RAM is very low memory, like 8 GB or 16 GB. So here we are going to use only two API. First one is the get drive type and get logical drive string. So here I want to explain the get logical drive string, how internally it works. So what happens, this function takes the only two arguments. First one is the buffer and second one is the buffer length. It returns the constant string of the drive name. So it returns C colon and forward slash. So that becomes the constant string, and it will store into your buffer. So how it looks like, suppose in our system there is only two drive, let's say C and D. So C and D will be represented like this one. So suppose I want to access the D drive, I want to print the D drive, then how can I do that? So I'll take the one buffer pointer. This buffer pointer points to the memory address, that is the first bytes of this one, and then I am doing addition length of the string. So length of the string will be the 3 and plus 1, this one is the null character. And if I do the buffer pointer plus plus, then what will happen, the next time that buffer pointer will point to this 1005 memory addresses, and so on. So for code and notes, you can check my website evinsyspro.com. So we'll see the API first. So the get logical drive string fills a buffer with a string that has specified valid drive in the system, right? So first argument is the buffer length, and here the buffer name. And remember that the type of the buffer will be the tchar type. And see, I have already told you, note that this one, the ANSI characters uses 1 byte, but a Unicode UTF-16, it will take the two bytes of null character, right? So this one is the get drive type. So what will happen, you have to pass here the long pointer to constant string path name, then it will tell that what is the type of that drive. So it returns their uint, means unsigned int, and it returns these 7 values here, 0 to 6 here. First one is the drive unknown. 1 means there is no root directory, the root path is invalid. If 0 means drive cannot be determined, that is the root directory. Drive removal for the thumb drive or pen drive. Drive fix, that is the drive, C drive or D drive. Remote drive, suppose if you map the network to your system, then it will come under as a remote drive. CD-ROM, if your system support the CD, then it will come under CD-ROM drive. And there is the RAMDEX. So we'll see the coding here. I have already done some of the part. So I have declared the one local variable. What I have done here, local variable, and this buffer type is the tchar, and total length is the 255 bytes. Now I'm taking the buffer pointer, which I have shown you here. This one is the buffer pointer, right? That buffer pointer is pointing to the first address of the bytes. And now that is the variable D logical drive string. So first I'll do the, I have to write logical drive string. First one, so first one is buffer length, we know that 255 here, and the buffer name. So buffer name we have to write here sz buffer. That's it. If the function success, then it returns it will print that function is success, right? If you see the return type of that one, so it returns the value is the length of the string in the character format. So we'll see. Now second step, what we have to do, we have to do the print available drive in your system. Internally I am calling there is a one function which I have declared here, print drive type. So first we'll see the drive type. So it will take the one argument, that is the integer type, right, in the format of the switch case. Okay, switch I'll use here, and I result. Now case first is, so just type drive unknown. And see, I'm using here the printing the white character. So WC out I'll use here. If you use C out, then it will print the hexadecimal of the drive name. So let me quickly write this one. Right. And this one is the CD-ROM drive. So case it will return 0, that means the drive unknown. So here the RAM disk drive. So based on this I have written here. So we have done the definition of that function. Now we'll move to the step 2, how it is going to be work. So what I'll do, I'll use here for that pointer is point to the first byte address. So we have to start it from here. You cannot initialize with the 0 here. If you do that, then it will give the runtime exception here. So what I'll do, this buffer pointer will go to not equal to null character, right? Whenever it is identified null character, that means we have printed the drive name. And now here what I'll do, so here I am writing like that one, because I have already explained you that here how to move to the increase that buffer pointer. So same logic here I am writing TCS alien. Why I am using? Because I am using the tchar, and don't forget to include the header files, because that function assume the tchars. So step 3 will come under this for loop, and here we have to print. So I'll use the wc out, and now the buffer pointer, right? So give here a space and write here buffer pointer. And the formatting I'm writing like that one. So this buffer pointer will return this C:/. Now we have printed, so let it remove it here and write it here. We have to call that function. So for calling that function, what I have to use, just simply print drive here, and now I have to use this function get drive type, and see, check this, it will take the long pointer to constant string. Here we have to pass it. So how we are going to do that? Directly I'm calling that function get drive type, and now we have to pass this buffer pointer, because that buffer pointer contains the constant string value. So that's why we have to pass it here, right? So now it looks good. Now what will happen, that buffer pointer will, and now this function returns the integer value. So suppose, let's say here we have only two drives, C and D drive, so we have to print it here C drive, and that string we have copied here, the returned value will come in the form of drive fix, and then it will increase the buffer pointer to next address, and then it will print the D drive, and the D drive we are passing here because we have to pass it here the constant string, then it returns this fixed drive. So it looks good here. So now it's time to compile this code. So here we have to pass this pointer, just write, otherwise it will give the compilation error, runtime exception error. So now in my system there is a only fixed drive, that is called C, and V is the network drive. Now here I am just connecting my thumb drive, I cannot show you that one, so just assume, not assume, here just I have connected my thumb drive, and let it run this code. So start debugging. See, D drive is the removable drive, that is represent the thumb drive. So just I have removed that one. Basic coding, because in my previous tutorial we have seen that first we have to identifying the how many drives are supported in your system, and now here what we are doing, we are checking how many drives are supported and what is the type of that drive. Tap this first step, we are filling the buffer with the valid logical drive address, so we are using here get logical drive function. Now we are checking the function, it fails or success, Now we are printing the buffer pointer, so see, you have to use this star buffer pointer, then it will represent. Otherwise it will, if you are not writing, so it will give the one runtime exception error. Now after that printing the drive, we are passing that long pointer to constant string into that function get drive type, and then it returns some integer values, and based on this integer value it will identify that the type of the drive, right? So this one is the complete function of that one here. I'll tell one more variation of that program that is very easy. We'll see here. So I have already pre-compiled that code. Let it write and then come back to you. Program, what I did here, I have taken the one long pointer to constant void string drive name. Here the array, length of the array is 10. So here I am representing the all the drive name. For the sake of the simplicity, I am using here the only 10 drives. Here I am writing the name. Okay, in my previous tutorial what will happen, first we are checking the how many drives are supported in your system, but here explicitly I am writing the drive name, and then we'll see what will happen. Okay, so now directly I'm taking the one for loop, and that for loop will run 10 times. Now for each time I'm calling the get drive type, and whatever the return type, based on this return type it will call, it will identify as the drive name, right? There are total 10 here, it will represent. So what will happen in this program, that is it will identify only the drive C, because in my system there is only C drive. In V drive it was there, but here I have not written. So if you write that, so it will identify V drive as a network drive. So that one is the easiest for the sake of the understanding, but I have executed in my another laptop. So see, it will print as a this one is CDE is the fixed drive type, there is F is the CD-ROM drive, and G is your removable drive. I have already shown you the example of the network drive. So thanks for watching this video. Do hit comment, share and subscribe this channel.